Cars, containers, Swift, it's Monkchips in 3 minutes. So this week there's been a lot going on. I haven't really known what to put in the show actually. On the car front, that's pretty interesting. So Ford has invested $180 million in Pivotal. Why have they done that? It's a really good question. You listen to the CEO, he's talking about things like a marriage. Well, it's all about the threat. So normally if you're going to invest $180 million, you've got two reasons to do that. It's an opportunity or it's a threat. I think what's happening is Apple's talking about launching a car. Tesla's making a big impact. Nobody even knows if people want to buy cars anymore. They just want to use Uber services. So if you're Ford, you're like, uh-oh, we better get better at building software. How do we do that? They've been struggling to make the transition. How do they have interfaces that are great? How do they have a car where everything is sensors, it's all recorded, and they can do things on the fly about maintenance and making sure the experience for the customer is great? Ford has to become a software company. So they're investing in Pivotal. I think that's interesting. You know, you can say, wait, $180 million? What's a car company doing investing in a software company? Is this a good idea? What would Ford have done 10 years ago? They would have said, we're announcing a $1.5 billion outsourcing deal with IBM to become better at software. So this is interesting. Ford is not saying that. They're not saying it's an outsourcing deal. They are saying they're investing in another company to help them make the transformation. They need to get better at agile software. They need to get better. They need to make this digital transformation. And so yeah, $180 million, it sounds a lot, but not compared to old school outsourcing. I see this as more evidence that outsourcing is on a reverse and companies are looking for new ways to invest their money accordingly to make the transformation needed to become digital. So containers, what's going on? I thought it was hard to get invested in at the moment, but it seems like Series B is not a problem if you're a container company. So what have we had in the last few days? $15 million coming in. Google Ventures, or GV, is investing with Accel. Round B for a company called Weaveworks. Weaveworks basically build tools at the moment for containers, understanding the container networks, making them more effective so containers can talk to other containers. And they're building out a stack of tools, monitoring, instrumentation, so that you can more effectively manage these new microservices applications. That's not the only thing they're doing. GV is also investing in another company. That's CoreOS. So CoreOS has taken $28 million. They are a company that they originally started on a very thin Linux to better suit this kind of phenomenon around containers and running containers. They've got other parts of the stack. So you're looking at etcd, it's a key value store, and from their perspective, kind of full stack again. Rancher Labs also announced a funding round, $20 million. Interesting, that seems to be coming in from Asia. It's a company based in Taiwan, and Rancher have really strong ties with the Chinese market. And so yeah, Rancher is another company that's about containers, running containers more effectively. They're talking about private containers and that market specifically. So of the three of them, I think one of the things that's really interesting is we've got Weaveworks, they're going for a repositioning. Not so much a container story, it's a microservices story. We recently made a show about Swift on my opinionated infrastructure video series. You should check it out here. That's Monkchips in 3 minutes.